Do you ever scroll through Instagram or TikTok wondering why it seems like everybody is driving luxury cars, going on nice vacations, and living in dream homes while you're struggling just to keep up? Let me tell you something. Come here. Come here. It's not real. I fall victim to this trap comparison often. When a coworker goes on a fun and exciting vacation that I can't afford, when an acquaintance buys a new home, anytime I'm scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, what's wrong with me? Why am I not where they are? Here's the reality. Oftentimes there is a lot going on behind the scenes that people will not just willingly tell you and that there's no way for you to know about. For example, your coworker who just bought that new house probably won't tell you that their in-laws actually helped them pay for it. They're projecting a certain lifestyle, and people on social media do this all the time. And people do it in real life too, outside of the social media curated reels that you see. Nobody is gonna tell you about how they took out a personal loan or charged up their credit card in order to take that nice vacation to Costa Rica for Christmas. It is true that however these things are paid for are really none of our business. But it's also true that people want you to think that they paid for it with their hard-earned cash when they really didn't. Let's get into all of the things that create this distorted image of luxury and wealth that isn't real. Social media and the illusion of wealth. That brand new Range Rover that you see your favorite social media influencer driving, it was likely rented or leased. Many social media influencers rent or lease luxury vehicles in order to create an appearance of success and wealth that isn't real. Think for a minute of how simple it would be to simply rent a car, drive to a nice location, take some nice videos and photos, and then put it into a TikTok video. It's curated success and wealth. Speaking from a US perspective, we very much have a finance culture. People finance their lifestyles all the time. Going off of the leased car example that I was talking about previously, that car is never going to be owned unless that person has the cash to buy out the contract at the end. Most likely that buyout is going to end up being financed too with a really heavy interest rate. Not to mention, if this is a BMW, monthly payments, regular maintenance, and putting in gas every week is going to be incredibly expensive. It's a cost that you don't ever see. You just see them driving around in a BMW looking all happy and wealthy. This is a sure and easy way to drown in debt while making yourself look wealthy. It's all an illusion. Income versus expenses. High income does not necessarily equal wealth. There are plenty of people who are making six figures that are living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because oftentimes when people start making more, they start spending more too. A lot of times these increased expenses are on frivolous things. They're not on things like savings and investments. You earn more money, so what do? You mortgage a bigger house. You live in a more expensive area. You finance a newer car. Your wardrobe,
luxury brands only.
Don't forget, now you have a credit card with a higher limit, so now you get to spend more at all of your stores, and you get to have that bag that you've always wanted, that designer bag. You get to have the gold, the Gucci, but it's all being financed. It's all fake. It's all an illusion. My point is that you can look at somebody like this with a lot of admiration or even a lot of jealousy without knowing the full story, without knowing how far in debt they actually are, without realizing that they themselves are living paycheck to paycheck, financing this lifestyle that isn't really necessary. Financial help. I really don't hear this getting talked about often, but a lot of people do have help from their parents, their in-laws, and other family members. And this isn't something that most people will readily admit to when they're trying to flex their lifestyle in front of your face, that actually mommy and daddy helped them pay for it, or the in-laws did, or grandma and grandpa. You can see someone who appears to live independently, but you do not know what is going on behind the scenes and how money is trading hands behind the scenes. People well into adulthood still regularly get help from parents, in-laws, grandparents, other family members. They get help paying their rent, paying their mortgage, paying their car insurance, paying phone bills. Just trust me. Something else that I feel like we don't get reminded of enough is that if you are a single person grinding away alone, do not compare yourself to somebody who is in a relationship who has a double income at home. The financial capabilities when you have another paycheck coming into your home is so vastly different compared to somebody living on one paycheck. Having a whole extra income opens the possibilities for you living in a nicer house, driving a newer car, going on nicer vacations, all of that. So don't be a one-person show and comparing yourself to somebody who has help from a partner. Wealth building strategies. In the end, it's so important to focus on yourself and your own financial goals and where you are in life and where you want to go. Using someone else as inspiration can sometimes be a slippery slope, and the reason is because it's still causing for you to compare yourself to someone else. You're going to doubt yourself and wonder why you're not in the same position that they are at that age or at that time in their business or their YouTube channel or whatever it is. You have to remember that your journey is your journey, and you cannot compare yourself to what someone else did, because you can use it as an idea, as kind of a baseboard, as inspiration in the sense that you can see someone else has made this happen and that there's no reason why you can't too, but you can't expect that your story is going to parallel theirs exactly. You have to create a different way of getting there. Start small and stay consistent. Focus on having multiple income streams. Even if you're just starting out with something really basic right now, like doing DoorDash or Instacart or doing some freelance work on a site like Fiverr, that's a good enough start, and it's putting you in a place where you can keep growing your money, and that's what you want to do, right? A lot of times you don't know where you're going to end up going unless you just start, and the for sure way to guarantee that nothing is ever going to work out for you is if you never start. This is a huge part of why I created this channel, because yes, I do want to have multiple income streams. My hope is to eventually get this channel monetized, but I also want to be authentic in what I encounter with you, and I want to give you tips and advice along the way as I learn and earn and grow. If any of this resonated with you today, make sure that you give a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel to keep getting videos just like this and to get videos with tips and advice on all of the different income streams that I am trying out myself. And remember that it's never too late to start.